Welcome to Making Memoir Magic, the podcast where we unlock the power of your story and guide you through the magical process of turning life experiences into memoirs that inspire and impact. I'm your host, Carrie Kreisman, a memoir mentor and storytelling champion, and I'm here to help you find the courage to embrace your unique story and share it with the world. Whether you're just starting out or refining your final draft, this is the place to be for practical tips, inspiration, and the encouragement you need to write the memoir only you can tell. Ready to make some magic? Let's dive in. Hey there, fellow memoirists. Welcome back to the Making Memoir Magic podcast, where we talk about all things memoir writing, uncovering your voice, and getting your story out there, because the world needs to hear it. I'm your host, Carrie Kreisman, and today I want to dive into something exciting and timely. It's the connection between the stories we're drawn to, especially in television shows, and the challenges we face when trying to write our memoirs. Do you ever find yourself stuck, unsure of how to move forward with your memoir? If so, you are not alone. As writers, we often feel like we're battling a TV drama inside our heads, whether it's chaotic, overthought, or full of self-doubt. But here's the thing. Sometimes the emotions and roadblocks we experience while writing reflect the deeper issues we see on our screens. So today, I want to talk about the emotions and struggles that come with writing a memoir. And I'll give you some solutions to help you break through those creative blocks. We'll also explore how TV shows might be mirror moments for what's happening inside your own writing process. So let's start with something we can all relate to, the pressure. Does your writing process feel like an episode of The Bear? If you've ever watched that show, then you know it's a whirlwind of chaos and high stakes. The kitchen is always on the edge of disaster. The emotions are high, and every decision feels like life or death. As a writer, this can translate to a process where you're constantly spinning your wheels. Like you're cooking up your ideas under intense pressure, but nothing seems to come together. If this sounds familiar, maybe you're experiencing what I call creative chaos. It's when you're overwhelmed by your ideas, your fears, and your doubts. It feels like every time you try to focus, another distraction pulls you away. Can you relate? Well, here's the thing. You can transform that chaos. The key is to start small. Take one piece of your story and just focus on that. It's about finding a way to ease that pressure. You take a step back, give yourself a chance to breathe. And remember, just like you don't have to write your entire book in one setting, in fact, I feel that that is impossible, you don't have to cook the whole meal all at once. Think of your book as a well thought out dinner party, in fact. You plan it ahead of time, you add to it, you make a list, which is kind of like your outline, your list of ingredients that can be compared to your outline. And then you start piecing it together. Your prep work could be those first writing drafts. And then you add to it till you have what is starting to resemble a meal. And then maybe you taste the sauce and make sure that it is perfect, even though perfection doesn't exist when it comes to writing, but you taste the sauce, which is equivalent to editing. Just like writing a book, you don't cook the whole meal at once. You write your book one sentence and one paragraph at a time. And the most important part is to let go of the perfectionism and embrace this process. Now, let's talk about Bridgerton. I'm a fan. I don't know about you, but I am always waiting to see what Lady Whistledown is writing about. And I enjoy the elegance and the delicate balance of being proper on the outside, but hiding that raw truth beneath. If you're writing like you're in a Bridgerton corset, tight controlled, and too worried about what others think, then you might be holding yourself back from being authentic. Many memoir writers experience this fear of being too much, too emotional, too raw, too vulnerable. Maybe you're holding back because you're worried about what others will think. I get it. I was there. I sometimes still think about that when I sit down to write. But listen, I want you to remember this. Your truth, the words you're sharing, that is what makes your memoir powerful. Those vulnerable moments are the ones that will connect you with your readers. It's not about being perfect, it's about being real. And when you can release that pressure of being polite with your story, that's when the magic happens. That's when people will see themselves inside your story and they will connect with you as an author. Now, if this sounds like you, straight out of Bridgerton, I have an exercise that I want you to try. I want you to free write. Just let your thoughts spill onto the page without editing or worrying about what's appropriate. It's the quickest way to tap into your true emotions. Now, one of the other shows I want to discuss that can be translated or transferred in terms of what goes on in the show and what you try to do as a writer is The Last of Us. I know it's a zombie apocalypse, and that may sound a bit extreme for writing advice, but hear me out. Imposter syndrome, the feeling like you're not good enough to write this story, can feel like a constant battle, like you're walking through a post apocalyptic world of doubt, fear, and confusion, unsure of where to even begin. But here's the truth: you are good enough. Every writer, no matter how experienced, feels imposter syndrome. It's not something to avoid, but something to embrace. Let's flip that script. Think about those moments of doubt. They are a sign that you're pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone, and that's where growth happens. So, my suggestion, if this sounds like you, give yourself permission to write badly. That's right. This isn't the manuscript that's going to see the light of day. This is for you. This is for you to move through the process and build your confidence and get those words and thoughts out so that your book can start taking shape. Seriously, you need to stop aiming for perfection and just show up. The more you write, the more you'll find your confidence. And don't forget, imposter syndrome gets weaker every time you show it who's boss. So lastly, let's talk about White Lotus. We know, the last episode just aired a few nights ago and I still haven't watched it. I have 2 episodes left, but I was busy watching the NCAA Final Four and watching those Gators win. So I don't know if you're a basketball fan, and we can certainly have many sports analogies that can be compared to writing. But the last show I want to talk about is White Lotus. That beautiful, overanalyzing, spiraling mess of a show. Now, if you find yourself rewriting the same chapter repeatedly, questioning every word, stuck in a cycle of perfectionism, then you might be stuck in your own White Lotus moment. It's easy to get trapped in overthinking, but the truth is perfectionism is a silent killer for writers. It's the thing that keeps you from finishing a chapter, or worse, finishing your memoir at all. You get stuck in that loop of editing, never feeling satisfied. So here's my advice. Set a timer. Write for 20 minutes without stopping and don't allow yourself to go back and edit. After you've written, then you can refine. But first, you need to get the words out. It's about progress, not perfection. So where does that leave us? Well, if you're feeling stuck, unsure of what's holding you back, I have something special for you. I've created a quiz inspired by all these binge-worthy shows to help you pinpoint your specific memoir writing roadblock. It's a fun and insightful way to uncover what's really keeping you from moving forward, and it gives you a clear path to break through. You might be surprised at what you discover about your writing process and how to finally unlock your memoir. The quiz will give you insights and help you move forward with clarity and confidence. So once you take the quiz, all you have to do is give me your email address and you will get your results and some suggestions and some free resources that will get you started or help you continue along the memoir journey. Look, I know what it's like to be where you are. I was there before writing my book, while I was writing my book, even up till I was 3/4 of the way finished. And I had those moments. But I wish I had resources, the ones I'm going to share with you, that are perfectly tailored for your specific result, whether you're the bear, whether you're Bridgerton, The Last of Us, or White Lotus. So you can find the link to the quiz in the show notes, and I highly recommend giving it a try. It's 7 short questions, and within 5 minutes, you've got your results. So, take the quiz. Let me know what you think. You can follow me on Instagram at Make Memoir Magic. Shoot me a direct message there. Join my free Facebook group, Memoir Magic for Aspiring Writers. I'd love to have you inside there. And keep writing. That's the most important thing. And I also want you to remember this, that every memoir writer faces obstacles, but those obstacles, they don't define you, they make you stronger. The most important thing is to keep moving forward, no matter how messy or imperfect this process feels. Remember, you've got this, and I can't wait to hear what you create. So until next time, happy writing. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Making Memoir Magic. I hope today's conversation inspired you to take the next step toward telling your unique story through memoir. Remember, your story matters and someone out there is waiting to hear it. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. It helps others find the show. You can also connect with me at my website, carriekreisman.com, on social media, on Instagram at Make Memoir Magic, or join my Facebook group, Making Memoir Magic for Aspiring Writers. You'll get more tips and inspiration on your memoir journey. Until next time, keep writing, keep sharing, and keep making memoir magic.